You are now listening to the Messed Up Podcast. Messed up. Messed up.
Hello everyone, welcome to Messed Up Podcast number 4.
Welcome. We're all feeling good. Well, Dill and I are. Hopefully you guys are too.
Just want to say a big thank you to everyone for your kind words over the last week or so. We really appreciate it. There's some meaningful comments and some good feedback we got as well.
The support is really appreciated. But if you've got some comments in regard to advice on what we can do or improve things, just let us know in comments as well. We don't want just positive feedback. We want some negative feedback too. Not too much.
What do you think about global warming? Is it real? Is it fake?
Global warming.
Yeah.
I think it depends who you want to listen to. And I think there's different people that want different things.
Like everyone has an agenda around it kind of? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Different people, different organizations have different agendas. And I think it's almost like, the prosecutor and the defense. They will argue black and blue for their side and for the benefit of their client or shareholders. Or if there's independent science, I think independent science is the way to go. I actually believe in science. There's a lot of things I don't believe in, but science is generally backed up with results.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fence sitter at the moment. Like I like the environment and I hope nothing crazy is going on. But yeah,
it already is.
Everyone has their agendas. I only ask because there's been some crazy weather over the last couple of years, and the other day we were in a storm. We went to play pickleball, which is a new thing for us.
Doing something healthy on a Sunday.
Bit of pickleball, if you don't know, it's like a cross between tennis and table tennis. So you're on a real court. It's a bit smaller. You've got some smaller than tennis racket bats, and you basically run around like a madman and try and get the ball back. So.
You do, and if you're a competitive beast, you can still get injured diving for the ball.
Dad took a bit of a face dive. I think he thought he was playing football again. So yeah, that was quite funny.
Just wanted to feel, a bit of body on court, that sort of thing.
Let's just say the racket ended up second best. But anyway, so we got a bit of good exercise in, and then my mate, he thought it'd be a good idea if we head off because there was an incoming storm. So
sparked by lightning. And there was a piece of lightning that seemed to last for about 10 seconds in the same spot. So I'm glad we weren't there. But so we hopped in Dee's car and off he took.
Yeah, so I started driving. Unlucky, or maybe lucky for Dad, I was driving because I think he was a bit tired. But in my car, only the right windscreen wiper works like really well.
Hopefully there's no police watching this podcast.
The left one needs an upgrade, but the right one's good. So that's all that matters for me, the driver, right? But as we were driving, it became quite heavy, the rain, and to the point where we couldn't really see too far in front.
Well, you could see a bit better than me, thankfully, because from what I could see, I was wondering how you're actually staying on the road, but then I actually looked over through your side of the windscreen and you could see probably 50% better than myself. So
yeah,
I'm never a good passenger. I do like to drive.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little bit of a control issue. Yeah. But yeah, I certainly feel more comfortable driving than being a passenger. And this hail was almost the size of golf balls.
Yeah. And there was a car in front of us that was probably a bit more worried about it than we were, and they were braking every 2 seconds. So it kind of made the whole situation a bit more stressful. But anyway, we got to the point where we ended up behind a bus, and I was kind of grateful because the bus is big, it's easy to see. And then I
was actually thinking of getting out and hopping on the bus.
Me too, but unfortunately we had to get the car home. So we followed the bus for a little bit, and then the bus sort of stopped on the road, and I was a bit like, what's going on here? And we could see some branches were down on the right side of the road. We're on the left because Australia.
For those people watching in the US.
Yeah, or anywhere else. Well, believe it or not, there are more than 2 countries, but, you know. Wow. And as it turned out, so the bus driver ended up going up onto the curb and around
nature strip,
around a power pole, and revealed that there was a power line right across the road where we would have been going. So 1, I'm glad the bus was there. 2, I'm glad he was a good guy and a smart driver.
He wanted to get his passengers to the bus stop, I think, or maybe he wanted to get home. So Dylan followed the bus up onto the gutter, up onto the nature strip, around the power pole, and away we went. And we got home safely, more safely than the car did.
We sort of were in a hurry to get out of the car because it was hailing pretty heavy at that point. And then I didn't see the car for a couple of days after that. Next time I drove it, I was reversing out, and I thought, oh man, that rearview mirror is a bit fogged up. It's a bit something's going on a bit there. I was already driving, so I was just hoping it was fog and not something else. Got to where I was going and checked, and it turns out the hail had completely smashed my back windscreen. It just happened to be intact somehow. So
so lucky it's double layered because the outside layer is shattered, but it's still held together apart from a couple of pieces that are missing. But that's certainly a replacement job.
That's one reason I'm waiting for the weekend to be over so we can get that fixed quick smart. But yeah, crazy weather.
I think we can say that's sponsored by climate change.
Crazy environments, they can put you through some stress and get your heart rate going, and sometimes even be exciting.
Speaking of environments, and we'll talk about alcohol. Probably not as long today. But next week we'll delve deep into it, and we'll tell you at the end what we're going to talk about there, because it'll be quite interesting for a lot of people to listen to. It'll be good for me. This is my version of attending an AA meeting. Now, I've never been to AA. I did attend some AA meetings during COVID online, and I found that they were worthwhile, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But anyway, so this is good therapy for me. But speaking of environment, there's a couple of things that strongly affect your chances. And before I say this, in regard to anything in life, I believe, and I'm talking about myself, that your decision-making decides what you do. So regardless of environment, social, genetics, you still have the power to decide what you want to do. And so decision-making is very important. So I don't say this next monologue lightly, but at the same time, I do believe that you're the master of your own destiny.
Okay.
So with any addiction, genetics is, from research, genetics plays a 50 to 60% chance in your outcome. So my dad, great person. Everybody loved him.
Bus driver, yep.
Owned a milk bar mix business. Drove buses and trams in Melbourne. Like I said, everybody loved him. He was a good person, but he had a drinking problem. He was an alcoholic. He did attend AA, and he attended for, he did. Okay. He did. It would have been in the 90s, I think. He attended for a couple of years.
Okay.
And he was miserable. Those 2 years were probably the most miserable I've ever seen my dad.
When he went to AA?
Yep. Okay. When he was sober.
Okay.
And eventually members of the family said to him, Dad, drink. Now, even though myself and he have similarities with our drinking problems, there's big differences as well. My dad was a beer drinker, and he would drink daily. And drinking beer, he might, have 12, 16 cans or however many, but
a day.
Yeah, probably about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he would be drinking mid-strength later on in his life. Initially, he was a VB drinker. But then as he got older, he'd drink mid-strength. And so he would basically get to the point where he was tired, he'd go to bed, have a full sleep, wake up the next day. He wouldn't drink straight away when he woke up. He would, wait until the afternoon, then he'd, start his drinking. But he would drink every day. But as I said, he would drink mid-strength, where towards the last probably 5-10 years of my drinking, it got to a stage where I was drinking spirits straight. And my dad would drink in over a period of time, whereas my situation was I would drink as much as I could, as quick as I could, so I'd wipe myself out.
Yeah.
So, there's two styles of drinking, and some people will say, there's, they may be an alcoholic, but they're a functioning alcoholic. And there'll be some people that can drink a few drinks every day and get away with it and have discipline. Like I've said to you, even though the monkey's up on the shelf there tonight, my monkey is locked in my cage. And I know that I can't be one of those people that can just have a social drink or just have one drink at home. Or, it's just not part of my nature. Maybe that's part of my competitive, beast that, I have to finish it, I take my hat off to people who can have bars at home and they have, a selection of drinks and,
it's ultimate control.
Unfortunately, whatever I buy is gone.
Yeah.
So, that's the stop, isn't it? I don't make the purchase, I don't drink it. So I don't have the one, so I don't have 100.
Can I ask, do you think that competitiveness has, because you're not playing football anymore, do you think that's now channeling into other things, such as when you drink, or, do you find yourself looking for other things to...
It's funny because a lot of people would look at, football clubs, and it does have there is a drinking mentality at football clubs, drinking culture.
Yeah.
And there is, and, I played senior football from, 1985 to 2017. So that was a fair period of time where I was in this drinking culture. But with football, I found that there was a discipline as well. You might have a night out after a game, and then Sunday would be, sort of recovery. You might have a few, but you'd recover. And then by the time you got into the Monday, there was training on a Tuesday, there was training on a Thursday, and then the game was on Saturday. So, you wouldn't drink throughout the week. You wouldn't drink on the Friday night.
Yeah.
Some people would, but I knew that I couldn't. And then I'd, play the game of football on Saturday. And then, like I said, so
there was like a structure and then work as well.
There was discipline. Yeah. And so I think when football finished, I didn't have that structure.
Yeah.
And so, it was basically like sometimes it would be like it was a footy trip and it was never ending.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Very fun footy trips, yeah.
Footy trips are fun, but footy trips are, with a group of people and that you get on well with and you share good times. Drinking in isolation is not fun.
Yeah. It's a lonely footy trip, that one.
Yeah.
Without
footy trip in the mind.
Yeah.
So that's and then so in some ways, environment from the outside, it can look like it's not a healthy place to be, but don't judge a book by its cover, because the football clubs, even though they have that drinking culture, I mean, look at AFL players, they don't drink throughout the year basically. So and at lower levels, perhaps, there's a bit more drinking, but still there's that discipline of, training on a Tuesday, training on a Thursday, playing the game on Saturday. And going back to genetics, even though my dad was an alcoholic, my mum never drank. I think, I think she had a bottle of gin in the cupboard for like 30 years.
Never drank, never drove, though.
Never drank, never drove. Mind you, she did have an addiction, and it's touched her a few times. Pokies.
Yeah.
Pokie machines. She, as Dylan said, doesn't drive, doesn't drink, but she still had, that addiction.
Yeah.
And it was an addiction similar to mine, not so much like my dad's, it was similar to mine. She would she would stay there and keep going back and keep going until she had no money left. And sometimes, she would lose thousands.
I've actually I've had a gambling problem. That honestly, that is probably my addiction. That is my thing. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to bring it up, but that's my thing. That is my alcohol. I can have a couple of drinks and it's all right. Like I'm not the biggest fan of alcohol. I'll have drinks when it's drink time.
Yeah.
But gambling, I need to stay away from it pretty much. Luckily nowadays there's ways you can really limit yourself, you can ban yourself if you want to, or you can put deposit limits. If you're having trouble with it, I would put deposit limits. It doesn't seem like much, but when you can only put $10 a week or $10 a day or whatever, it becomes like...
Is that on like an app?
Yeah, because you can do it on your phone now. You can do it on your phone. It's like a little game.
Gambling from home.
Yeah.
And, people can play pokies from home now. It's got to a stage where, financially it's going to affect a lot of people. And generally, not in all cases, but generally with gambling and a lot of other addictions, it affects the people who can afford it the least.
You are very lonely. It's a very lonely thing as well, isn't it? It's very lonely, man. It really is.
Yeah, well,
because
it's like playing the pokies.
You don't want people to know. And when I've been with someone and I've not only spent my whole wage the 2 days after I've got it, but I've spent half of theirs as well. And that went on for I don't know how long, but that was unreal.
So you would be gambling at home on your phone?
Yeah, gambling. So at the time, I could gamble at work. I could gamble at home. I was rummaging through my car looking for dollars and stuff to put on horses at the TAB, and then
So you would go up to the TAB as well if it came to that.
Yeah. I've wasted a lot of money, and I've felt that feeling so many times, way too many for my age. But just be careful.
What is the feeling when you're doing it?
Yeah.
When you're doing it, there's a sort of an adrenaline. And I'm relating drinking.
Yeah.
But I understand addictions and I think it's funny that we call people who have drinking problems alcoholics.
Yeah.
But anyone else that uses a drug, we call them drug addicts.
Yeah.
Alcohol is a drug.
Yeah. Gambling is legal. Alcohol is legal. Both very accessible. Yeah. And both not a good combo together either. But,
and sometimes that can be the case. You can be an alcoholic who likes to gamble.
Doesn't help it, I'll tell you that much.
So when you got to the stage where, you'd gone through your cupboards, you'd gone through your drawers, you had no dollars left, was it anger? What was the feeling?
Just regret, man.
Regret?
Regret. Like
depression?
People say don't have regrets, but that's what the feeling is. It's you regret, you're depressed, you're angry at yourself. To be honest, at that point you've already been angry at yourself because you've not only lost the first money, then you're chasing it because maybe you had a good win the day before. You come back the next day, it's all gone plus some. Like I was getting money from people that the little companies like Nimble,
Oh no.
Company. Yeah. So I was getting high interest, short-term money loans to feed the addiction to get back on even terms. It was so bad, man. And since then, it's never been that bad again, but I definitely need to watch myself because if I have cash and if I have cash on me, like a lot of cash on me, and I go somewhere and there's gambling, it's probably all going to be gone. So I need to keep that in mind. And then also I need to keep the deposit limits because like I touched on earlier, maybe initially when you're like weaning off, you are putting the $10 every day or whatever, but it gets to a point where it's
sort of pointless.
Yeah, it doesn't feed it. It doesn't. It's not enough to fill it, and so you just almost forget about it. And then it's like when it comes up, You need to get to the stage where when it comes up, okay, I've got $10 on, boom, I put $10 on, you know? And if you're going out somewhere, make sure you have like an amount that you're happy to spend and sort of, at least be
It's a little like detoxing.
Really. It's a self-trusting. Really.
Detoxing off alcohol because at my worst, I could drink 3 bottles a day.
Spirits.
Yep. And
really, I didn't even know that. Wow, that's impressive.
No, it's not impressive. It's disgusting. It is.
Yeah.
And so when I knew that I was going to have to detox myself because either hospitals were full, wouldn't take you,
crazy,
or you just didn't want to go through the whole system, and so I would choose to do it myself. And again, for anyone out there, that is not good advice.
Yeah.
You can have seizures.
Like genuinely,
Yeah. Okay, so do not do that yourself. Make sure that you get yourself in a situation where you're in a detox facility and you've got professionals there to help you. I would go from 3, and if I decided, okay, I'm going to stop this. I need to stop this. I need to get the monkey back. I need to build the cage again. I need to get the monkey back in the cage, lock him up. I'd go to 1 bottle. And then I'd go for 1 bottle for a couple of days. And then I'd go to, a half a bottle.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit like your $10 bets.
Yeah.
It almost got to the stage where the half a bottle was having no real effect. It wasn't stopping, the withdrawal symptoms, which we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
And so then it would just be, okay, well, it's nothing now. It's nothing now. Like your $10 bet, what's $10 going to win you? You'd have to get a 100 to 1 horse, and then you might win $1,000. But it's not going to happen.
But at least with gambling, being able to have those, while you're in that moment of regret is normally when you do that, and you have to make sure you do it. You have to make sure you put those limits on, because if you don't, the next time you see money,
exactly.
you won't see money.
Exactly.
So you need to make sure it's for a good amount of time. If you need to fully stop it, do it. But that moment of regret, that's normally when I found myself doing it, and it gets to the point where you just don't want to. It's not like there was stages where I'd watch horse racing every day, wherever I could, every day. Loved it. It's that rush, it really is. But it's at the detriment of yourself, but obviously, your future and your current, your present, and everything. It's
get addicted to saving money. It does become addictive. Yes. Like the $10 limit.
Yeah.
Or banning yourself. In Northern Territory, when you buy alcohol from a bottle shop, everybody, regardless of how old you are, me going into the bottle shop, license every time you purchase. It could be a can. It could be 1 can. You need to show your license. If you don't have a license, you don't get served.
Yeah.
And so because of that system, it means that you can actually put yourself on the BDR, which is the banned drinking register.
Yeah. That's almost the equivalent, isn't it? Sort of.
And so if you do that, you can do it yourself, or you can get someone else to do it for you.
Yeah.
And if someone else does it for you, it's that person that is the only person that can unlock it.
Wow. Okay.
Or an agency or a detox facility, then you have to go through them for them to unlock it. So the Northern Territory, despite it being the Wild West,
that's really good that they do that.
And it is the Wild West. It has a system in place that every state should have.
Yeah.
And, I can't see why everybody couldn't produce a license or, an 18 plus card to buy alcohol in every state. And then if they wanted to, they could ban themselves. Some people might need to do it for 3 months.
Isn't that the least you could let people do? You know what I mean? To help them?
I think that's the responsibility of the government and the liquor industry, to be honest. They're selling a drug.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, I have no issue with people who can drink and you know, live their life. I have no issue with that. But I think there should be
suffer. Yeah.
Exactly. There should be policies in place to help those who have mental illness with drinking.
I feel like that's the bare minimum you could ask, especially when sometimes it's really hard to get help. Like sometimes you can't even get into a hospital, or sometimes you can't.
That's right. Well,
you can't go.
You know, previously you've dropped me off at a detox facility in one of the Brisbane hospitals here at 11:30 at night, and they basically said to me, "I'm sorry, but you can't come in now." And Dylan had driven off, and there was no way that I was going to call Dylan to pick me up, because he'd already been through the trauma of dealing with me in that situation and coming to the decision to take me to a place that will help me, and for them to turn me away. There was no way I was going to call Dylan to come back and pick me up. And I'll tell that story another time from that point onwards, because it's a story worth telling.
Yeah.
But next week, I think we'll touch on the detox that I experienced in Darwin.
Okay.
And what led to that.
Yeah. It's crazy how much a person can be like not themselves, you know, when they're really suffering with something.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, like with the alcohol, it's like they're there, but they're so far away, you know. And something like that to happen, where I struggled but got him to what I thought was help, and then it's late. I'm kind of, maybe I should have stayed. Maybe
no.
And then I'd driven away, like obviously emotional, like it's an emotional thing. And then for him to I'm almost home, and he goes, "Oh, they wouldn't let me in." Yeah, it's just wild. And it was still you, but it was and then I'm thinking, oh man, what is he gonna do now? But yeah.
Survive.
I think we have a fun little game we're going to play, don't we?
Okay, let's change the atmosphere, the mood. But yeah, our podcast will always be up and down, up and down, up and down.
Like life, man.
Absolutely, life is
ups and downs, right?
And I think I'll quote a singer who said basically that the brighter the light, the darker the shadow.
The brighter the light, the darker the shadow.
And that's how we live, So yeah, okay, let's mix things up.
You turn around for this one, or?
No, I think we can sort of stay face on. I'll just turn this around a little bit, and you've got yours there.
Yep.
So what we're going to do now?
Can you do that for me? Don't worry, I'm not cheating for him. My phone's recording, so we have to. This is my notes here.
Okay.
Yep,
all good.
All right. So this game is going to be about. Maybe turn it a bit more.
You can see.
I'm not a cheater, but just in case my eyes wander.
Okay.
This game is.
Hopefully they can't see it, because you guys are going to try and answer too, and we'll give you a bit of time to think about an answer as well before we give the answers. Okay.
So there's going to be 5 songs.
I've got 10 for you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's not. Well, that should be easy. Then I'll get a higher score, right?
Okay.
But I've got 5 songs for Dad. They're pretty smash hits. Like they're top 10. Not everyone will know them, but they're pretty up there in the charts hits. From the last, since I've been born, maybe at least 5 years old or more.
Okay.
And then you've got some from.
I've gone from the 80s, the 90s, the noughties, the teen years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 songs. You're gonna give me the name of the song first.
Yep, and you have to guess the artist.
I have to guess the artist.
Yep.
If I can't guess, then are you going to give me 3 options? Or?
I will give you 3 options and you can pick. Okay, so the first one is a classic from the 80s. Beautiful song.
Okay.
More Than I Can Say. I love you more than I can say.
This is not the slang game. You guys have probably already got it, but I have no idea.
Okay, I'll give you
3 options.
3 options. Okay, so the options are Billy Joel, Leo Sayer, or Rick Astley.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
You can't sing.
Oh, sorry. What's the song called again?
More Than I Can Say, but a lot of people would know it as I love you more than I can say.
What was the first option you gave me?
The first was Billy Joel.
I'm going to go Sayer.
Leo Sayer it is. Very
Nice.
good. Yeah.
I'll go now.
You got plenty of clues. Okay.
Did
away
I?
you go. No, I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2 because I've got 10.
Okay. Can you...
Oh.
I'm going to keep tapping on something.
Okay, so the next one is Rocket Man.
Elton John.
Very good film. Very good.
All right, you ready for yours?
Yes.
Gold Digger.
If I have a guess and it's... No. You take money. Oh. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Give me 3 options.
Okay.
On my knees.
Jay-Z, Kanye West, Maroon 5.
Well, it's not Maroon 5.
Oh, that'd be pretty good though, no?
Who'd you say, Jay-Z or...
Kanye West.
I'll go Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay, so the next one is Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
I can't believe you have 10. Cyndi Lauper.
Very good. Okay, the next one is Glory Days.
Is it over? I'll take my 3 options.
My friend was a big baseball player back in high school.
You're not helping.
He could throw that speed ball. Yeah,
You're not helping at all.
Okay, so the 3 options are Lionel Richie, Phil Collins, or Bruce Springsteen.
Song name?
Glory Days.
I'm going to go Bruce Springsteen.
So you should have.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't think Lionel
Connecting
Richie,
with last week's theme.
I didn't think-
and Glory Days.
I didn't
Very
think
American.
Lionel Richie would have baseball friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
be honest.
he might have.
Maybe, but I don't know. Just a...
Okay, you're up.
Me now? All right. Birds of a feather.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Give me 3 options.
Taylor Swift. Rihanna. Billie Eilish. Birds of a feather.
I'll go Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good.
So now I've got 2.
Okay, so this one, classic. We built this city on rock and roll.
It's like right next to my brain.
We were going to sing these songs, but there are some rules on YouTube that don't allow us to sing songs or play songs.
Overlords.
Because I'm sure you would have wanted to hear us sing.
And trust me, we wanted
to sing.
Yeah. Come on, man. I'm blanking on this. Hang on. We built this city. I feel like it's something town. Can you give me 3 options?
Repeat the we built this city, we built this city, we built this city on rock and roll. Okay, I'll give you 3 options. The Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, or Starship.
Starship.
Yes. At least you know the styles of music that the other 2 sing.
I think the options are like big clues, eh?
Yeah. Well,
because we've got to think of them on the spot. It's almost harder to think of options.
Most of the people that are over 30 listening to this, hopefully there's some, I'm sure most of them would have got Starship. Oh, they might have forgotten the name of the band, but they'd know the song for sure.
Yeah, I know the song.
Okay, next one. You should get this one. Come As You Are.
Nirvana.
Yes, very good.
All right. 99 Problems.
Oh, it could have been 99 Luftballons. 99 Problems. Haven't even heard of the song.
Really? Literally played it for the other day.
Well, maybe if you sang it or if I heard it, I'd know it. But
if you have girl problems, I feel bad for you.
Jay-Z.
Nice. You remembered.
Boom, boom.
Good job. I played it like maybe 3 days ago.
Yeah. See, the wiring in the brain's coming back. Yeah. It's working.
Good job. Now, you got a pretty good memory. Pretty good with stuff like that. It's you now, right?
Yep.
This is your last 2?
No. I've got more.
Oh, man.
You should get this one.
Okay.
I think this one's pretty apt. Rehab.
Amy Winehouse.
Another soul that lost her soul to addiction. Okay.
Sad. Okay.
Yep.
But you said you still have 2 more?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I've got 3 more if you want.
Okay. Moves Like Jagger. Okay, he knows the song.
Maroon 5.
Nice. It's one of my favorite bands. It's like
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's a great singer. He's a great singer. What's his name?
He's been rocking for a while too, huh?
What's his name?
Levine. Is it Adam Levine?
Yeah. Yes.
Or Levine? Yeah.
Levine.
Yeah.
What's his first name?
Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been rocking for a while, huh?
They have. Good 25 years.
Yeah. They still make music. It's just...
Yeah, you don't hear much about them anymore. Yeah. Okay, so this next one, you should get this one. Most people should get this one. Raise your glass.
Pink?
Yes. Well done.
Okay.
Like, I know it's not your genre.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, at
Pretty
one
popular song.
point, I hated Pink, but I really respect her for what she does. And I think I like her music more now. It's just at one point she was so good that she was everywhere. So I don't know why.
Is that why you didn't like her? Because she was so popular?
Not necessarily.
Or
It might
because
have
she
just
was
been-
too mainstream popular?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but regardless, I like her more now. And you know, I respect, I like a lot of her songs too, especially some of the older ones, you know.
Have you found that the older you get,
Yeah.
the more respect you have for more people?
Yes and no.
That's a good answer.
Because
As far as talent,
talent, definitely.
you appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, it mightn't be your style, but for them to have that talent is amazing.
And sometimes it helps if you try it as well, whatever it might be. For example, Nachi, my partner, wrestles.
Yes.
And I tried wrestling, and now my respect for wrestling, real wrestling, no disrespect to WWE lovers, but real wrestling, oh, man, that's a full 100% sport right
It's
there.
a powerful
That
sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's body on
It's
body.
massive.
There's
But yeah, so if you try something, it definitely also helps. And I guess as you get older, you try more things, hopefully. So
and perhaps you sort of do more research or look into things a bit more, and so you have a better level of appreciation.
And you have a deeper catalogue of things as well, I guess.
Yeah, to compare it. Yeah.
And I mean, now with technology, some things are getting a little easier or oversaturated. So even more so, you can respect the grind of
the physical,
or the musicians, or
know,
whatever it is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, on the other scale, then you also learn more, and you become more mature and grown up, and you have your morals get. So when you see some things like people being racist or stuff like that, it kind of you lose respect, you know, more easily, I guess.
I guess that's not everybody, because some people get older and they become almost less accepting of things.
Okay.
You know, they just
like, I always try to understand their point of view, but sometimes it's very hard. Okay. I've got another song for you, I think, or is it you now?
I'll give you.
You got Maroon 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. I've got one more. So
We Can't Stop.
The fire. Is that it? Is that how it goes?
I don't know.
Doesn't mean I know what it is. I like know all these songs, but I don't know them.
I'll give you some clues to this one. In this one, there is a male singer who.
Stop. Australian, bald guy, Peter.
Do you want me to finish my clue so that it might actually help you?
Okay.
So the song starts with a male leading into the female who sings the song.
Oh, is it not that song?
No, maybe not. Okay, I'll give you some.
What's it called again? We Can't Stop.
Can't Stop.
I thought it was.
We Can't Stop. I'll give you some clues who the artist is, the singer. Okay.
Okay.
She's well known, very well known.
Oh.
Probably top 10 female singer in the world as far as being well known. Has family ties. Her younger sister has just become.
Miley Cyrus.
Very good, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I was thinking it was what's that song? It's like Stop the Fire.
Oh,
I was thinking it was
Rihanna and Eminem.
Peter Garrett. Or what's his name?
Peter Gabriel.
No, the Australian politician who was in the
Peter Garrett.
What's that song? Is that him that sings that?
No, yeah.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Oh, okay,
that's why I said stop, because I didn't want you to give me.
Yeah. Peter Garrett.
All right.
Yeah. I'll give you one more.
Yeah.
And that's my last one.
Okay.
My Humps.
Fergie.
Yes.
You gave me some really, well, I guess they were easy, but also like kind of more modern than I would have thought you would give.
Well, I basically went 2 from the 80s, 2 from the 90s, 2 from the noughties, 10s, and then 2 from there.
Because mine are all,
bit more modern.
2003 up.
No, and that's how I felt it would be.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were going to go back to Elvis.
Okay, your last one might be a tough one. Lucid dreams.
Lucid dreams.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Male. They're not with us anymore.
Oh, okay.
I might need to give you 3 for this one.
Okay, fire away. Give me
It's
3.
pretty tough. Okay. Eminem. Juice WRLD.
Oh, hang on.
And see, you're given the actual groups is harder than the thing. And Kanye West.
Juice WRLD.
Nice. Did I make it easy for you, Connor?
Well, sort of. I know Kanye's alive and I know Eminem's alive. So.
Yeah, that's easy. Man, I think I should have written the
maybe you should have
down.
Maybe you should have named 3 dead people. That would have made it harder.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But I knew it wasn't Amy Winehouse.
Yeah, well, that one.
So there you go, guys. Hope you'll have to do both of them to give us an idea of how you went.
I think now we have 3 songs each, just to give you guys to share a little bit about ourselves. There's songs that are either important to us or they're in our playlist right now, or 3 songs you might be interested in them.
So these are 3 songs. Do you want to go first, D?
Sure. All right, I'll go. Damn, I just realized the names are kind of.
Ooh.
Okay, first one's Crack Rock by Frank Ocean. Okay, it's very sad. Frank Ocean's a beautiful, beautiful singer.
Fantastic singer. He's fairly old now, isn't he?
Kind of, I guess. He's probably like my age-ish.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, different ocean.
Different Ocean, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking of Billy Ocean.
Oh, yeah. You would have known the song. Speed Demon, Justin Bieber. It's pretty new. I used to like Justin Bieber a lot, and he's like started bringing music out again. He's a bit of a different man.
See,
now.
here's another artist that a lot of people like. Okay, he was loved, like he was adored, but it was mostly by teenage girls and females. But I think as he's got older, and maybe we've all matured, there's an appreciation for his gift.
I would hope so anyway, because he's always been really good.
Yeah.
And like into music at such a young age too. It's a lot of pressure.
And I've heard him talk a couple of times, and I know that doesn't necessarily mean, that's who they are, but he comes across quite humble.
Yeah. And then the last one is a bit of a banger, bit of feel good.
Banger.
Power, Kanye West. All right.
Okay. We were talking about English today, and I talk about English a fair bit with different people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny because you use the term banger, and banger can be a great song.
A hit, yeah.
Banger can be a cheap car. Banger can be bangers and mash, sausages.
Yeah.
No wonder people learning our language after they've learnt, they've started off with their own language and then they learn English.
Yeah.
No wonder they struggle at times. So guys, be patient. Be patient with people who English is their second language, because a lot of people that English is their first language will struggle with the meanings of different words. So be patient. Okay. My 3. The first one is Closing Time by Semisonic. And it's basically about last drinks in a bar.
It's a feeler. It's a sad one, yeah.
Well, it's sort of, like when you're out, and everyone knows that feeling of, last drinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you listen to the lyrics and the way it's sung, it's just, it's beautiful the way that they do it. It's like, rather than being people forced out of the bar, it's closing time, and time to, move on. So yeah, and obviously it touches a nerve with me because it's something I won't experience again. The second one, a lot of people, when they hear this song, they think that it's a sad song. And I guess depending on how you listen to it and relate to it, it can be sad. But I look at it as a positive song that's full of compassion and empathy. And, it's basically a message that, not everyone's good all the time, and bear that in mind. And that's Everybody Hurts by REM.
Yeah. It's got its flows in it, like it's, Yeah. The orchestra and stuff in there as well.
And my third one would have been, just a bit upbeat and a bit of Australian rap, which is sort of I guess it's probably, Australia's not renowned for their rappers in a sense, but the Hilltop Hoods with the nosebleed section. Just love the, the pace of the song. The lyrics are fantastic, and just the whole, message about people up in the nosebleed section compared to those people that are, the band can sweat on in the front row. And I know where I'd rather be. But at the moment, that didn't make my top three.
Okay.
At the moment, High Ren by Ren. And if you haven't listened to this song, like I said last episode, it's more than a song. It's poetry. It's theatrical. The video performance. It's so meaningful. Like some people, and rightly so, talk about Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody as a song that sort of changed. There was orchestra. There was different paces of the music. There was a story involved in it. But this High Ren, watch it. It's deep. It's dark.
Yeah. You'll be intrigued.
But it finishes off with hope. Watch it.
Okay.
That's something that has inspired me of recent. So
yeah,
they're my songs.
Before you talked about your songs, you said you touched on patience. And one thing I sort of wanted to talk about was things that I've learnt can help a relationship. And it won't be too long, just a couple of things. Obviously, patience is good, being patient, like you said, with language,
Yep.
So being patient, listening.
So this is relationship advice?
Yeah.
Or relationship advice that you've learnt?
Yeah, that I've learned. I wouldn't say for everyone, obviously. Some people, this is, second nature. But if it's just some things that I've heard and learnt or, applied, and appreciation. So, for example, your partner brings home groceries, right? Because mine does a lot. Today she brought home a little snacky and some milk, and just actually saying thank you. It's so small, but appreciating the little things and making sure they know that you appreciate them, it just makes them feel so much better for doing those things. And it works both ways, because if you do things and they go unnoticed, or seemingly unnoticed, then maybe they won't be done anymore. And that can snowball a lot. You get the washing for your partner, they say, "Oh, thanks for getting that." It might seem cringe or whatever, but just that little bit of appreciation can really help keep each other on the same level and feel grateful to have each other, and it shines a light on the things that you do for each other, and I think that's really important. And I heard that a while ago, and I've applied it, and it hasn't failed me. I'll tell you that much. I think if you show appreciation, it makes you feel good as well. Yeah.
So it's not that you're being selfish, but you actually get a positive energy from appreciating what someone's done.
Yeah.
And then that person also, like you said, they're more willing to do it next time, and they'll go into it with a different perspective.
Yeah.
If you're constantly doing something and you get no thanks, and this happens quite often at jobs.
Yeah.
I've been really fortunate with, most jobs I've had, and I've had quite a few jobs in different fields, in different areas, and work with different people. Mm-hmm. And most of them have been at the end of every shift, or at the, when you get there in the morning, they show appreciation. Even if it's, hey Adam, how are you today? Yeah, good. Okay, hope you have a good day. And then at the end of the day, thanks for today. And I know when I was in charge of kitchens, I would always try and make sure that when people arrived, they felt appreciated.
Yeah.
And when they left their shift, or before they left their shift, feel appreciated again.
Yeah. I remember sometimes on a Saturday or whatever, you'd make us a little half burger or whatever to take home with us, and it was a nice wrapping to put on the fact that you're working. Like you're greeted when you get there. It's a good start and finish, right? It's like a good bookend. Yeah,
and it's a good,
really nice,
and it's a good culture.
Exactly.
And, going back to relationships, if you create that culture in your relationship, guess what? It's going to be more successful. There's going to be more good times.
And like at work, shit's going to happen. But you're in it together, and at the end of it, you're still there together. And as long as you know that at the start and the end, and that's another one that I learned actually from a Neo song. It's called, I forget what it's called.
Music, The Educator.
Yes. It's called, he says I'm going to put you to bed. Anyway, he talks about how you shouldn't, I think it's called Mad or something. Anyway, I'll put the album up. But he talks about how before you go to bed, make sure you're on good terms. Because that energy that you go to sleep with, if it's really bad, guess what? You got to wake up, same energy. It's not going anywhere. So make sure at least you put a little bit of effort in if you can. Some people can't, I understand. But put a little bit of effort in and it'll just make your lives that much easier the next day. Because unfortunately, or fortunately, we have to stay in that same environment, So
I think having empathy for your partner and what they're going through at times is really important. And look, I'm not one to, talk about successful relationships. I've had a few relationships. They have been, for numbers of years, but I wouldn't say that I've had, great long-lasting relationships. But I think, as you get older, perhaps you sort of learn from past mistakes. And so that's why I'm quite happy to be on my own at the moment, and get myself in a position and a place where, if I end up in a relationship, hopefully I'm a little bit more selfless as well. I'm sure some people watching, hopefully they understand what I'm saying, but when you're in a relationship and the relationship ends, it's going to end before it ends, because it's those little things, they don't happen anymore. There's an expectation rather than an appreciation, and then there's a why didn't you rather than can I help you, or can I be, what can I do to make that happen? Relationships don't just end on the day that they ended. They end a fair way out from that. Relationships are tough. Humans are tough. We, we have high expectations. We place, a high price on happiness. Sometimes, it's about the journey. If you enjoy the journey, the destination happens.
And sometimes it takes you a couple of years for, example, a relationship, for the lessons to sink in and, or for you to actually process what's happened. And then hopefully you can apply that in your next relationship in a more healthy way.
You can always improve yourself. Whether you're on your own or whether you're in a relationship. I think if you're constantly, I think if you're constantly improving yourself, hopefully your partner or the person that you're with can see that. Sometimes people do grow apart. Their interests become different. But again, I think it's important in a relationship to not only have time together, but also to have time apart that you enjoy. So that when you come back together, you enjoy that too. It's almost like you've shedded that skin over there. You come back and
even a little bit of distance can make the heart grow fonder.
Absolutely.
But and it's okay to talk about that sort of thing too, especially if it's going to help you in the future, right? Because if someone's not giving you enough space, or if, someone's all over you all the time, or whatever it might be, or not giving you enough time, maybe, you can bring that to the forefront, and hopefully it'll help you grow stronger together.
The next thing we're going to talk about is overthinking.
Yes.
And the mind and and this is a good one, because I think we can overthink things, and there's nothing wrong with planning things and having, alternative options if things don't work out. That's good thinking. But I think if we overthink to the point where we start stressing ourselves and, we get anxious and, anxiety and that's something that I've probably experienced the last few years.
Okay. And not before, kind of?
Not so much, but perhaps it's because I've put myself in different situations.
Yeah.
Went to Darwin for 2.5 years, put myself in a situation where I was in a different cultural setting, doing a different role, a different job, and having I had some of these sort of anxious moments where I would worry about things that perhaps I didn't need to invest all that time into. Whereas beforehand, and I still go with this philosophy, beforehand, if I felt that I was going to do something for the first time, or if I was putting myself into a situation that could be uncomfortable, I would always think to myself, how many people have done this before me?
Okay.
And then I would think, well, I'm not that different. I'm not, I'm not that special, or I'm not, lacking. So I should be okay. I should be okay. And, and I give that advice to other people too. So I just think, when you're feeling anxious or stressed about something, just think about how many people have done this before you, because it's very rare nowadays for you to be doing something that's totally unique. You're not Burke and Wills. You're not, exploring Australia for the first time. Most things have been done before.
Yeah, I guess that could definitely help some people. I overthink a lot, and more than that, I almost always have the worst case scenario in mind somewhere. So I have, this is probably going to be all right? Worst case scenario, right there with me, and that can be really unhealthy. And I think that's part of overthinking. Because most of the time the worst case scenario doesn't happen. But I think after it happens a couple of times, that anxiety builds. And on one hand, it's good because you're prepared for the worst. On the other hand, it's bad because you're stressed out of your mind. Not only you, but maybe you're stressing other people out too, And so sometimes that's how I sort of reel it back a bit, is I think of how it can affect others. Like, for example, if I'm always bringing up the worst case scenario, or if I'm saying, don't do this just in case that might happen, that's actually stressing someone else out more than I need to. You know what I mean? There's a point where it's not helpful anymore.
Do you find it's like a second voice? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's part of you, but it's your it's your negative.
Yeah, I have a lot of negative, man. Everything I do, that's one good thing about, I started streaming about 4 months ago, and initially, from where I started to where I am now is it's a big jump. And the way I sort of think about that is when you start, there's no one watching, right? And also, nothing's going to hurt me. No one's going to care. Worst case scenario is, I don't know, the computer crashes, or,
So because you didn't have an audience, did you feel that there was less pressure on you?
Well, actually, to be honest, I turned the viewership off. So it doesn't matter how many people are watching or whatever.
This is when you're live streaming?
Yeah. So I don't actually have the viewership on because I know that number will change the way I'm performing or being, because it'll
affect your psyche.
Yeah, it can be depressive or depressing,
if you see 40 people and then all of a sudden you say something and there's 2 left.
Oh, yeah, both ways too. If there's 10 people watching, you're like, oh, or if there's, it works both ways. And it's funny too, because I don't know if any of you guys know what stage fright is, but it's when you go to the toilet
When you as a male, when you stand at a urinal.
Do females have it? I don't know.
No, they don't stand at urinals.
No, but yeah.
No,
they wouldn't have that.
They go into toilets.
Okay.
Stage fright is
So you go stand at a urinal
next to another man.
Or you don't have to be next to him. He can just be in there somewhere, or he doesn't even need to be. He could be in a cubicle, and you're trying to
urinate.
You're trying to piss, and guess what? You can't piss anymore. So it doesn't matter how much you need to go, because that brain's ticking over. There's this paranoia, or I'm not sure what it is, man, but you cannot, unless the only way to do it is forcefully.
I think it's an anxiety.
And it hurts. It actually hurts when you force it like that. So sometimes I've been in, it happened in Japan earlier this year. I was at a theme park and I had to go really badly, right? Went in there. There was a couple of people in there. And I ended up, I couldn't go. I had to go out because the cubicles were full. I had to go out, and then I had to go later. Yeah, it sucks, man. And I don't know where that started from, but once in high school, I sang at a concert, at a talent thing, right? And I'd never done something like that before, and I probably sung absolutely horribly because I was so fucking nervous. And it was such a big thing for my everything. It was supremely overwhelming, like insane. And I don't know if that's what started it, but maybe.
So what you think singing at the concert?
So actual stage fright might have given me stage fright. It's possible.
No, surely.
Maybe.
It's got to be, I would assume something happened. Okay. Stage fright. Okay, so stage fright, standing at the urinal, you can't urinate. It's happened to me a couple of times when I was young, 10, 11, and sometimes it was at the MCJ and there's 150 people there and, people are just, back in the 80s, they would just pee wherever. I think they thought that if they walked into the men's door, they could just start peeing. And I know there was one time there where I got stage fright and there was no way that I was going into a toilet because the toilets were worse than peeing on the floor. And I think I might have had stage fright, again around that age. But then I'm sure most boys have had it at some stage.
Okay, that's interesting.
But I think so. I don't know. So I haven't. I don't have an issue now. I just, there's been times where I've thought I needed to go and later around I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, fine.
And
it's up here, D. Just won't let you do it. Just won't let you do it.
It's up here and it's down there. And it's not down there. I think the only time it sort of gets a bit easier is actually when I've had some alcohol.
Yeah, okay.
Which is kind of funny. Because I'm relaxed, or I don't care as much. I'm sort of whatever. But even then, it can still happen. So yeah, it's something that I'm sure a lot of people suffer with, and a lot of people don't really even know about.
Yeah, well,
and they certainly wouldn't know about it with me. So,
well, we might have 100 people by the end of the week that know more about it now too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on the mind?
Lots of things on the mind.
I am a really poor sleeper. And I know there's lots of poor sleepers out there. The term would be insomnia. One of my problems with sleeping is I can shut my eyes and my mind will just not shut down. I might as well keep my eyes open because it's almost like I've shut the door, but the lights are still on.
Are you tired?
Most of the time, yes.
Very tired? Okay.
Yeah. And my eyes get tired. So sometimes I will just lie there with my eyes shut just to rest my eyes, but my mind will race. And so quite often I'll listen to podcasts. And I find that because you're actually listening to something, it means that your mind stops. Your mind stops thinking about other things and it just focuses on the listening.
Yeah.
And I know I'll get to a stage. Sometimes it takes half an hour. Sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes it doesn't work. but I will get to a stage where I go, okay, it's time to take the earbuds out.
Yeah.
And I try and keep my eyes shut and put them back in the case. And then I lie down, and generally I'll, after about 10 minutes, I think I'll drift off. But I'm not a person who can, hop into bed, turn the light off, shut my eyes, fall asleep. I'm so envious of people who can fall asleep on the couch, fall asleep in a car, fall asleep on a plane, fall asleep on a train, fall asleep in a park,
it's
on
Dr.
a beach.
Seuss book.
Yeah. On a plane, on a train, on a bus.
Green eggs and ham.
Yeah, I am so envious because that's what makes me a good long-distance driver.
You should try.
I can't actually fall asleep.
You should try ASMR. Have you heard it before?
What's that?
It's whispering.
Whispering. Just whisper to myself.
Yeah, there's a dude that does ASMR chess games. There's a dude.
Oh, okay. Listening to it.
There's females that do ASMR that's or there's non-vocal ones. Sometimes if I need to relax, that's what I'll do before I sleep, because my mind's, a bit racy.
I'd rather listen to Cold Case.
Yeah, I know. But like we said last week, sometimes listening or watching things that aren't,
could be detriment to your health.
Yeah, they could be.
That's true.
Yeah, it could not be great, especially before sleep. So,
and not so much overthinking, but this one is, and I think we talked about it earlier. We just touched on it. Is if I'm out in the public, if I'm on a bus, a train, a plane, in the rain, in a park, or if I'm out socially, at a restaurant, I tend to. I'm engaged with the people that I'm with.
Yeah.
If I'm with people, but I will make note of.
Like hyper aware of your surroundings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will know what people have with them. I will know, who's with who.
Yeah.
What color dress. What color shirt he's wearing.
Do you think, like I was saying, like that could be a form of overthinking, but do you think that's sometimes unhealthy, or do you think it's a good thing generally? Because like you're aware of possible danger, but also maybe you're always aware.
Yeah, I don't think I'm looking for security reasons.
Yeah.
It's more just I probably find it more interesting than sticking my head in a phone.
Yeah.
A lot of people, if they catch public transport, they'll be on their phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The phone and my iPad, I use it a lot, but it will be when I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I'm not a public user of
I'm a little bit
devices.
like that as well.
I would rather sit there.
Yeah.
Like I know I used to, like when I was doing my diploma at MARTA, I used to catch the train in, and every day that I'd get in there, I would tell the other students, and most of them were younger than me, so they thought I was a bit old and senile. But I used to tell them how many people on the train were wearing white shoes, black shoes, or brown shoes. And and like I would ask them, what do you think the most popular, colour shoe was on the train today? And, like 5 or 6 of them would, guess. And I'd go, no, it's a nice day today. And they'd look at me strange, and I go, are all wearing, most of them were wearing white shoes. They're wearing runners because they're going to go for a walk in their break or walk to work.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas if it was, inclement, they would wear, closed shoes or dark shoes or brown shoes. So, yeah. So that's how different people's minds work.
Let us know if there's any topics you'd like us to discuss.
Well, we touched on genetics today, and obviously, like I said, there's a link with my dad and myself, and then there's a link with Dylan with his gambling, and they're all addictions. I think I'm fairly fortunate with my other 3 daughters. Everyone has addictions. Some of them are just more accepted than others, but there's certainly addiction is part of our genetics, and it doesn't mean that, like I said earlier, that decision making. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. Dylan's doing that at the moment with with his rage and his gambling.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the be all and end all, but be aware of your genetics. And as an example of genetics, if you're adopted, the genetics of your biological parent will play a far bigger influence in your outcomes than the parents that you've been raised by.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's been researched.
Yeah.
And so that it's
see how that could cause some problems.
But yeah,
with that situation,
it certainly shows that genetics is, the biggest influence on possible outcomes.
Okay.
So just be aware, be aware of that, guys. And
fascinating.
Crazy. Okay.
Okay. Let us know what you thought of the episode, and
give us comments. We like getting comments. Gives us something to do throughout the week. And give us a like if you liked it. Also, if you subscribe, you don't have to pay anything. It doesn't cost you a cent. It helps us in the sense that we see, we've got more people that are willing to subscribe, and it supports us. It's like a clap.
Yeah, if you don't want to miss anything, turn the little bell on. It'll make sure
notify you.
Yeah, it'll make sure that you don't miss an episode. We'd hate for you to be behind.
Yeah, and we do one a week, and Dylan does the editing, and then he puts out some shorts as well. So we're not going to flood your notification. And so this is a fourth one. If you haven't seen the first, second, or third, it is a journey. And if you actually watch them closely, you'll see the journey. Okay. There's a bit of a hint for you, a bit of a clue.
Yep, and happy Halloween if you care.
Yeah, we had a bit of a Halloween theme. But that was yesterday. But we're recording today, which is what's today? Today is
first, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the first.
Yeah. What day is it?
31st.
Saturday.
Oh, day. Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. So next week we'll discuss detoxing in Darwin and the events that led to that. So guys.
All right. See you next time.
Keep safe.
Sorry. You all right?
My ass.
Oh,
so sore.
I blanked a couple of times there. It was weird.
That's all right.
A couple of things. Just give me a sec. I had it and then I lost it.
Don't worry, we've got the edit button. So when.
Thanks so much for listening to the Messed Up Podcast.